the recanvass show just how well they do their jobs each and every day. The race is now officially over, which means we can look forward and we can move forward. It is time that we come together as a Commonwealth. At the end of the day, we are all on Team Kentucky. Whether we are Democrats, Republicans, or independents, we share more in common as Kentuckians than any national divisions can ever pull us apart. We already have had a few announcements as we move forward. We announced J. Michael Brown as our transition chair. I can tell you he is hard at work. We announced that Kentucky educators will be the Grand Marshal at the inaugural parade. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., we are going to have a major announcement on our transition team over at the Capitol. I'm excited. I'm excited for this next chapter for Kentucky. I'm excited for this next chapter in my family's life. I'm excited that we have an opportunity here in Kentucky to be one Commonwealth, one large family, that we can all focus on issues that are good for every single Kentuckian. I believe that we can change the tone as we have seen it in Frankfurt, that we can be an example not just for the state, but maybe even for the nation, on how we can move forward on areas that we agree on and how we can civilly disagree on areas that we might not have common ground for. We've already begun reaching out, trying to make sure that we start all of those relationships on the most positive note that is possible. I believe everyone out there has hope, and I hope that we can build off of that to build a better tomorrow. So I'm happy to take your questions.
Did you hear from Governor Bevin?
I appreciate Governor Bevin's concession. I know it was done very quickly after the recanvass. We haven't personally talked, but I fully understand that. I think he was looking to make sure that he addressed any lingering issues as quickly as he can. I've also, as a family member, lived through a little bit of what they may be going through. This is a time where I know he and his family are going to spend a lot of time together, and I wish them the best.
Have you been able to start working on budgets yet? I know the transition has just begun, but how far along are you in the budget process? That will be a huge hurdle when we get into the new year.
Well, we have already reached out and are receiving informations that will help us build our first budget. Like I mentioned, the Bevin administration had already begun helping us and being very helpful on this transition, even in the last couple days.
Governor Bevin said when he came in, he had about 800 people to appoint, and I think he kept about 600, if I got my numbers right. So that means he kept some from the previous administration. Do you expect you'll keep some from the previous administration? Do you know that?
Well, my only goal is to get the best results for the people of Kentucky. To focus every day on education, health care, better wages, and making sure that we honor the retirements and the pensions of our public servants. One thing I can tell you is where there have been good programs, we will very carefully look at them, and we are not going to stop a successful program simply because it was started by the last administration. I believe what we owe to the people of Kentucky is to make sure that we are getting them the very best results. So we will build on good work, and where we've had disagreement, we will take a different direction. But where there is success, we want to make sure that we continue it.
Has there been anything said about the integrity of or doubts about the integrity of the election process that were distressful to you at any time? Or do you see anything that might need to be looked into?
Well, I believe, at least on the election fraud hotline, we only have about half the calls in a normal election. I believe that this election, first of all, was a pretty big turnout for comparable elections in the past. That's exciting. That means the people of Kentucky were actively engaged. But I believe that from the county clerks to the task forces that include the FBI, the state police, the Attorney General's office, all did their job, and we had a fair and clean election.
Governor, are you going to be moving into the mansion?
We will. And I can't give you a timetable on that. I know we will be one of the first families in a long time to live there full time, which we're going to do. And for that, we're probably going to have to change some hours and some ways that we use the mansion. First and foremost, my job is to be the best dad that I can be. And so there may be some differences in the way that I govern to make sure that I am also there for my family on as many nights and on as many weekends as possible. But if you've seen the way I work, we're going to get a lot done.
Governor, like voters have given you a team of rivals to work with, so to speak. How do you work with that team?
Well, we start by changing the tone. I truly believe that we all have a duty to be Team Kentucky, that every single day our job is to serve the interests of our people and not any national or partisan interests. I believe that if we can work together on the areas that we agree on, and we can cut down on the rhetoric in the areas that we don't, there is a significant amount that we can get done. Now, I believe that the areas that are so important for Kentucky, for instance, the health and the education of our people, aren't partisan at all. But sometimes in the past, some of the rhetoric may have gotten in the way of everybody trying to work towards where we want to go.
What about the sources of expanded revenue that you were talking about on the campaign trail? How do you expect to get those through the legislature with the Republican majorities of both chambers?
Well, I believe that we've already seen some folks from either party working on some of those areas. I believe that there is going to be a sports gaming bill filed by a Republican representative. We're going to take a close look at that. And we're going to engage in discussions on all the other areas. I believe that everybody now can take a breath and we can look forward to the future, and that everybody gets to sit down and decide, what do we want that future to look like? I believe that it's one where we make the most progress for the people of Kentucky, and that we can maybe be an example and a model, not just in this Commonwealth, but in the country, that neighbors ought to be able to get along with neighbors, even if they disagree on some issues politically.
What ideas do you have for your lieutenant governor jobs that she may be doing within the administration?
Well, I'm going to be smart and let the lieutenant governor answer that one on her own.
Through this race, Andy has been a great partner, and he has included me in this campaign, and I know that I will be included in the administration. And as a lifelong educator, will play an important role in public education in Kentucky. As a rural Kentuckian, will play an important role in helping bolster the rural economies that are struggling and running behind right now. And so those will be my focus areas, and I'm grateful for Andy's leadership and for his partnership.
And just from my side, I would say Jacqueline Coleman is a full partner in this administration. Her focus is going to be what she wants her focus to be.
Governor, as you know, there's a lot of pending litigation out there on the open records front. There are abortion cases that the governor's general counsel has been representing. What do you see happening with those?
We're going to have to review each one individually. We haven't started that process yet, but we will over the coming days. I don't want to jump in front of any conclusion we'll make on any of them.
Regarding with the inauguration, will you be inviting all living former governors, including Governor Bevin, to it? And will you have a parade? You already be having a ball that evening?
We're still working on all of the plans of the inauguration. We want to make sure that it is one that is open to all Kentuckians of all political parties. We will be inviting all former governors, and certainly the Bevins will be invited if they want to attend.
2 more questions.
Have you already started to dive into the budget, and do you have any ideas on how that's going to go for education?
We're already starting to request that information and put together our team to address it. We're going to have a little more information on what that team will look like tomorrow morning.
Last question.
10 o'clock.
Jacqueline, how are you feeling? This may be the first time Kentucky's had a lieutenant governor. We've waited to find out has had a baby. So how are you feeling through this whole process? It must have been stressful the last 2 months.
Well, so this is what I tell folks. This is my first pregnancy, and it's my first statewide race. So this is what I know to be normal. But I feel great. I really do, and had a lot of support. We have an amazing, amazing team that has been so supportive this whole way, and I feel good and I'm excited. And I do believe I might be the first lieutenant governor that's ever been sworn in as a pregnant lieutenant governor. We'll see. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just say thank you to the people of Kentucky. Thank you. We will work hard every single day as your governor and lieutenant governor. And whether you voted for us or not, we are here to serve you. We'll work every single day to earn your faith, to earn your trust. Our goal is to move Kentucky forward, to lift up every single family. I'm really excited by this opportunity. We won't let you down. Thank you.